Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. We out here fixing to do a little planting. These are the Cherokee yellow wax beans that we saved. Now, they're a bush bean. We saved them from our own last year. We actually fell in love with these things once we grilled them. Now, a lot of people don't understand about grilling long, like green beans and yellow wax beans. Now, I don't know about the green beans, but I can tell you what, we grill these yellow wax beans when they're about 8 inches long, cut the tips off of them, a little olive oil, a little bit of salt sprinkled on them. Old expression goes, make you slap your grandma. That's pretty close to what it tastes like. Now we have our, this is my tool I made. I got a video on this over on Deepsouth. So that the older we get, we don't have to bend over the garden. We can, now you can put a funnel on the end of this, or you can take a torch and heat it, and you can actually make it bigger, but I don't need a bigger hole than that. I've already made my rows up here. Now I till this with my tiller. And I brought my cub in with my planter system on it, and I just fertilized it with 8-24-24 because the Cherokee yellow wax bean is a bean, and the beans make their own nitrogen and put back into the soil as they get bigger. But they need a little bit of nitrogen to get them up out of the ground and get them going. So thus the 8, the first number, and then for the phosphorus and the potassium, is the next number, is what you need for a robust root system, good blooming and all that kind of stuff. So we're keeping the nitrogen low. So I figure I make the rows up. I can see the center of the row right here because it leaves a little hump in it right here, my planter did. So what I'm going to do is, because this left such high banks on each side, I'm not going to have to go in and hold me a furrow. I'm just going to drop the seeds and come back and take a rake and rake some dirt over the tops of them now. So there we go. I'm going to just I'm going to drop 2 seeds. And when I do, you see this? I got my plant spacing. I'm already ready to drop me 2 more. And I'm already ready to drop me 2 more. Now you can come out here on this end here, I'll show you. You can put an elbow turning down on this right here. Now this is not glued in right here. This is made where you can change it out if I need to. If I need to space, cut me some more pieces for longer spacing or whatever. And you can actually put an elbow on the end of it so that when you put it down on the ground, see how it leaves that little circle right there? I just use my eye. But it would let you know, it would make a place like that right there and let you know right where to drop your next seed at. Now these are very simple tools to make. Or I'm going to show you another way you could do it. You can turn around like this right here, and you can, this is the way I have it laid out to do. It depends on, you know, it's whatever you want to do. I do it this way. And a lot of people go, oh, well, it's going to stop the end of it up, you know, if you get dirt in it. Well, I'm technically not shoving it down in the dirt. I'm just letting it rest, to be honest with you. So this, my friend, and you know what? You don't waste a lot of seeds doing this. Now my daddy, God rest his soul, my daddy he went down through there. He just poured seeds in the ground because when he was coming up, there were so many implements and places like that where you could go get seeds. Seeds were plentiful when he was a kid, and even when he was an adult. And when I was a kid, they were plentiful, but now, and they were very, very cheap. Now, seeds are way too expensive now to be wasting them. My daddy would probably turn over in his grave if he saw what. Let me put it to you this way.
The price of the seed?
I was at the feed store the other day, and the gentleman that owned it looked at me and he said, are you going to be interested in any sweet corn seed this year? And I told him, I said, well, you probably don't carry what I plant anyway. And I says, and I save my own seed. I use a Stoil Evergreen for sweet corn because I only do the heirloom. And I don't do the super sugar sweets and all that kind of stuff. And he said, well, I was going to tell you, if you was wanting some sweet corn, be ready. It has gone through the roof this year. And he didn't tell me what he did mention to me, $40 a pound for some of it. And I told him, I didn't ask him what kind. I just looked at him and I said, no. So I told him, I said, I got several pounds of my heirloom already stored up in the freezer. I said, so no. I said, I'm probably sitting on a gold mine and didn't even know it. So be aware of that if you're going to go buy your sweet corn this year. I'll tell you why I don't buy sweet corn. Because they coat it with a fungicide. It's an old orange colored or red colored fungicide. And I don't want that in my plants. Now, I know the reason they do it is because people plant up north and the ground is really, really cold. And sweet corn's bad about rotting before it comes up because of the cold temperatures. But down south here, we don't usually have to worry about that. I mean, well guys, Miss Wanda's gonna be showing y'all some of our French fingerlings. They're already coming up and it ain't even been much over a week. I'm telling you, these things, that's why we love them. Them jokers does the popping now. They'll be up and raring to go here for long. Now the red Lesotas that we planted in the other row over there, they're pretty sporadic because they take a little bit longer to come up than the French fingerlings does. But now that we're getting up into the 60s during the day and right at 70, I told Miss Wanda, I said, it's just been so cold. That's one reason we ain't been able to get nothing up here. So.
And now, what'd you have for supper the other night?
Well, I had some, a
little of all of them.
I was fixing to say I had a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and Miss Wanda just went through there and picked some of the bigger stuff off of it. And we cooked them things up for dinner.
Along with some cornbread.
And with some nice old cornbread, yes sir. Some good liquor go with it. And then yesterday we cut one of them beautiful cabbages up there. And let me tell you something. That was fine right there, man.
Fresh slow.
I'm talking about fresh, and it was good. Guys, this is what new ground is for you. You can push it and clear it with something, but it's always going to still have little pieces of sticks and stuff all in it. And if I can clean it out now, I won't have to worry about it later. I know it'll rot and make good organic matter, but a lot of this stuff was privy and yopon, and that little piece right there will regrow. Well, this little garden right here gets hit pretty hard with the deer. We're going to be protecting it as best as we can. We have the dog panels here and the cattle panel there with one laying over the top. So far it's worked. The deer have eaten all around the outside edges, but they've not fooled anything on the inside. And in here, they've walked in here, but they haven't really messed with anything yet. Of course, there's nothing here really that they like that much yet. But we've got the English peas going to be coming on. We got cabbages, we got carrots we've been having to keep covered. Now we got these green or Cherokee yellow wax beans going in here. We're fixing to get very proactive. We're trying to figure out ways to keep the deer out. We'll probably be putting some bone sauce out. We'll be using the flagging tape. We've got some sound devices coming that are solar. So hopefully with all of that, we'll be able to keep them out enough that we'll be able to harvest something this year. Oh man. Don't take me a while with this old persimmon root like that right there. It'll come right back and make a persimmon tree. Guys, if you like this kind of content, be sure you subscribe to us here at Pecan Grove. And if you're not subscribed at Deepsouth Homestead, go over there and subscribe, because we've got a few little secrets over there I told you we weren't planting out in the fields over there, and we're not. But we have a few other little secrets that we'll probably be sharing with you. And at some point, here in the very near future, maybe this week, maybe next week, we're going to be blessing people with some stuff. And the only way you're going to find out about those blessings is if you watch the videos. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove.